My name is Peter Wilkinson, and I've been making 3D fractals for about 13 years. Fractals to me are profoundly interesting because it shines light on one of the most fundamental aspects of reality. What makes fractals special is they are made from pure math. From simple formulas, you can create infinitely complex shapes. The process itself is very simple. You take a formula that can be almost anything, and through a process of recursion or repeating, where every step of the process is built on the answers to the previous step. In the fractals I make, the answers to each step of the process are mapped to a 3D complex plane as points. The images that emerge are just graphs of how the formulas play out over time. These formulas go on forever and are an example of true infinity. You can zoom into an object for the rest of your life and never find the bottom. One thing that is important to note is it is impossible to predict exactly how a formula will end up because it is infinitely complex. Small changes in the initial conditions can cause dramatic differences in the outcome. One of the most interesting things about this is when you run formulas through the process of recursion, natural forms emerge. There are a lot of really interesting features of fractals that, in my opinion, offer deep insights to fundamental aspects of reality that we all take for granted. For example, how everything is similar but at the same time completely unique. Or the process of everything being built on what comes before. You came from your parents, and they came from theirs. We stand on the shoulders of giants. These features are reflected in fractals, and I think that this aspect of the world around us comes from it being fundamentally fractal. There are all kinds of deep implications that come from the universe being fractal. The images I make are rendered at very high resolutions, with the only limit to how big I can make them is how much processing power I have to compute and how much time. Not only can fractals resemble nature in form, but also in movement. You can create movements that resemble how clouds morph over time, and all kinds of very complex motion. In the same way you can explore all the diversity of form, you can also explore all the possibilities of motion. My artwork is just the exploration of this range of possibilities. In my mind, this artwork is tapping into the deep nature of reality to use as the canvas. There are all kinds of implications this brings to how we see the world around us, from the relationship of determinism and randomness to the fundamental limits of our understanding. Why the universe loves symmetry. From the seemingly random distribution of plants in a field to the erosion on the side of a mountain. Why the orientation of molecules in our genes can cause all the diversity of life, to how life originated on our planet. Through the history of physics and science, we know that everything seems to have a deep mathematical framework, but typically all the discoveries are from observing the world around us and making connections. Basically a top-down approach. What makes fractals so interesting is they describe nature from the bottom up. My goal by making this artwork is to expand the vision of the viewers to show an aspect of reality that is all around us, revealing to the conscious mind something that is deeply familiar that we all understand on a subconscious level.